guys, tonight we're going to be looking at DPHC stock, and this is a new stock. We don't really talk about this one too much. This is basically another electric vehicle manufacturing stock. So this one we have some great news to potentially report on, because if you look down to the past 5 days, we can see it looks like the stock is potentially starting to bounce back. So of course I talked about this with Workhorse, and I also talked about it with Helion stock, which was two other stocks which we actually kind of talk about quite a bit on the channel. But the idea of tonight's video is to just update you guys as to whether this is a good time to buy this stock or not. So whilst you're here, I would appreciate it a lot if you could just press the subscribing button and subscribe to the channel. As you can see, we're on about 430 at the moment. We're trying to get to 1,000. Honestly, it's looking more and more possible every single day. So if you guys could just be one of the people, or one person to help us to get a little bit closer there, it would be absolutely massively appreciated. Sorry for this really long intro, but one more thing is I would appreciate it so much if you could just take a second out of your day to check the description, and you will see a link to Discord, where we're going to be basically talking about all kinds of stocks on Discord. So if you want to come and join in the discussion, it's completely free. Link is below. Right then, so let's actually get into the stock. So obviously we don't actually have too much news to report on, apart from, what the stock price itself is doing. So we're going to actually start out on the longer time period for once. We're not really going to focus on the 1 year yet. We're just going to have a quick look at the 6 month and the younger. So really it's kind of the same picture from here. We start at a price of around $10-ish, $9.96 here, slowly climbing up to $10.38 here. Obviously not really anything to note. Let's count that as a percentage, and it's like 5% over, I don't know how many months, quite a few months. So as you can understand, this is not really something to be too amazed by. I mean, what the stock has done up to here, which was July, the stock really did start to take a pump. It went up about 202% in under just over a month actually. And ever since then, really, we saw a big sell-off. So this sell-off went us down to 21.80 from a previous high of 31.40. Obviously not that big of a price difference, but when we look at that from a percentage point of view, it really is quite big. So after that, we saw quite the V-shaped recovery all the way up to $27-ish. And really, since then, we really did just see a big sell-off. And I think, in my opinion, this was prompted by Nikola. Bear in mind, I am no financial advisor, but of course, the reasoning behind this is simply because Nikola was obviously kind of a fraud, as you guys already know. If you don't already know, video on it on the channel, go check that one out. But yeah, so what's happened is, obviously, this company does not really have anything out yet, 100%. And I think that has just kind of dissuaded a lot of people from buying into a lot of these companies. I think Workhorse and also Helion took a hit subsequently because of Nikola, but I think this one really would have taken a bigger hit simply for the fact that they don't really have anything out yet. I mean, of course, we have seen, actual vehicles on the road, but we could say the same for Nikola. So for that reason, it's not really 100% legit always. I mean, I think this company is, but of course, a lot of investors will be wary from that. So yeah, this stock really has taken a hit subsequently because of that. Of course, it did take quite the big rally because Donald Trump actually did, advertise a truck outside the White House. I'm sure you guys already know about that. But of course, that's another reason to buy the stock, as a lot of people saw this as a positive sign. The US president is endorsing this company. What does this mean for the company? Good signs, potentially. So 5-day, we are quite choppy really. I mean, we are actually on the gain, specifically from the 9th to about the 12th. You can see we've gone up about 20% in just a few days, and that's not even going from the low. So going from the low, we've gone up about 22%, so honestly not too bad at all, and that is now we're on a dip, so hopefully we're going to go back up. It looks like we are starting to see a spike, so now could potentially be a great time to buy. Now a lot of people are going to be looking at this thinking, and by the way, just before I do talk about that, we are actually up towards the end of the last day. This was Monday, so we're actually up at the moment. We'll just have to see what the market does tomorrow. Bear in mind, I'm filming this on a Monday. It's coming out hopefully on the Tuesday. But yeah, the thing is, when we look at the stock over, about the last year or so, maybe even a bit longer, over the last 4 quarters, we can see this stock has really grown quite exponentially, almost 200% growth, 148% according to, Diamond Peak Holdings Corp on money.cnn.com. So of course you can see now looks like it could be, too late to buy into the stock. but I actually don't think it is. I'm going to be explaining a few reasons why this could potentially still be a great buy. So the first reason is because, like I said before, they actually don't have anything on the market. Of course, the only thing which is driving this stock right now is hype about the merger, because it's not even merged. Another thing. So of course, when vehicles do come onto the market, that will basically mean that the company's revenue will go up, and subsequently the share price should go up. Again, once vehicles get into the road, it will show that the company is legit. So hopefully people will be, more willing to invest in the company rather than think that it's a scam. And another thing is, of course, like I said, hype around the merger. We saw this with Helion stock. More recently, that's the most recent example I can think of, and the biggest example, where Helion merged with, I think it was Shell Acquisitions Corp. That was the ticker symbol for it. And of course, what happened is a load of hype went into this. People bought it up. The stock price rose quite a lot, and of course, then people sold it off after after the merger went through, just because they were taking huge profits, and that makes 100% sense. But I can personally see this stock actually continue to get hyped up until the merger goes through. On top of that, I think we could be looking at even bigger gains over the long term. Of course, I would say it's going to get extremely hyped into the next few months. I would not really pay too much attention to that if I was me, but you can make your own decisions on that one. I would say after that has gone on, I think we should see the stock start to stable out and then grow more gradually. So hopefully we can see that happen. Do you guys think that's going to happen? If you do, come and tell me on the Discord. And if you don't agree with me, also come and tell me on the Discord. We've got loads of members in there. So if you want to become one, just go and sign up. Link is free in the description. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. If you don't want to pop over there, feel free to click on any of the videos which are on your screen right now. Like I said, thank you for your time. Thanks for joining us. Remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Goodbye for tonight.